Even like, it sounds so bad saying it like that. 16 years. Hey fam, Sarah here. Welcome back to our channel. So today's video is a sit down video, and by the title you can see that it is talking about our school plans for this year. The year when the whole world is just changed. Yeah, so I mentioned to you guys that I would be putting out this video, and so some of you guys have been waiting for it. Sorry for the delay, but here it is now. There's a lot going on this year, so many new changes. But before I get into it, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, y'all, as well as hit the like button and leave a comment down below at the end of this video. So let's get right into it. So as you guys know, we have been a homeschooling family. That is basically how we kind of introduced our channel. You guys saw me homeschooling the girls, but that was like 5-6 years ago. So much has changed since then. We were still homeschooling, obviously, but then my eldest became you know, full-blown teen and we decided to send her to high school for grade 10. We homeschooled her whole life all the way up to grade 9, and then we sent her for grade 10. That was last year. So the plan was for her specifically to actually kind of keep her going with the program. She did extremely well last year. She was on the honor roll, and yeah, she did really well. There are some things that we were obviously not pleased with the system, for sure. And if you guys want to see a video on that, let me talk about the big difference between homeschooling and the public school system. Oh my word, I feel like I should do a video on it because it was just so much. We were going to kind of keep her in the system because there's also a lot of life skills to be learned while you are kind of in the system, having to navigate through various people, different types of people, different types of situation, and all that jazz. So then also, I also have a grade 8 who would be going into grade 9, and hubby and I were kind of debating about what to do and whether or not we would send her for grade 9, because for our eldest we did homeschool her for grade 9. So we were thinking perhaps that's what we would do. We'd homeschool our second eldest for grade 9, and then for grade 10 possibly put her in the system. Even like, it sounds so bad saying it like that, but send her to public school if that was our desire. And so we were kind of on the fence with that. And then there's our second youngest, who would still remain homeschooled because that's the plan. She still has several years that we would still continue to homeschool her. However, then this whole pandemic hit and everything shifted. And as you can see, it did for the whole world. Like, lots of parents all around us are trying to figure out what to do. Lots of communities and states and provinces have been trying to figure it out, and some have opened schools, some have tried new avenues of schools, and I guess for us, I feel like we're kind of back at the drawing board, because yes, we were going to send our eldest there, but with all that's going on, we have made the decision to just continue to homeschool. But this is a different kind of homeschool than the schooling I've done with them in the past, because with that kind of homeschooling, I had to come up with my own program. I had to figure things out on my end. But because of the big changes that are happening, the schools are actually offering online learning, which is just another they're just branching out and offering this, and this is like a dream, because I would say it's more of a dream if you are the parent that gets, you know, especially when they embark upon high school, you're a little bit anxious about and ensuring that they get all the credentials, everything that they need to make it to the next level, to get to where they want to go in life. That was my hung up. I felt like I've done a pretty decent job throughout, all the way up until high school, and even grade 9 was good. But these are also the years that they need to have all their eggs, all their ducks lined up in a row, so they can go off to apply for their careers and go off to get into the program of their choice when it comes around to university. So that made me a little bit nervous. So ideally, I would have loved to have had a program from the school which just kind of allowed you to take high school, the same high school credits that they offer back at school. I could just allow for them to take it in the presence of our own home. as well as build their diploma. And that's not like something I would have to do. It's being done as they're taking their courses. Now, the school never offered that. In Ontario, it's never been a thing that's been offered. There are other programs that you can enroll in. Some of them are pricey, and then some of them are okay. There's ones that I found that were actually not bad, and they charge like $40 a credit. So that was definitely another option. But all of a sudden, with this new situation that we're all kind of in, things just kind of change for us, and it's honestly like a blessing in disguise, because while she was there, though she was doing well, there are other things that I was just like, like I just, you know, when you work so hard, you try so hard to have your kids develop certain skills, to form a certain way, and then you send them, you just kind of throw them out there. It just feels like, I don't know, there's just a lot to talk about when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm also well aware that it's important for your kids to have a balance. You don't want to shelter them. You can't like hide them from the world. So by any means was I ever trying to do that. Like, my kids are very aware of things. Like, I openly discuss things with them, so they're very, very aware. But then there are other things that they can learn from peers and learn from wherever, but that's a whole different can of worms. Anyways, long story short, the school is now offering this program, this online learning, offering the exact same courses like that Mick took at summer school, online at home, or through her school typically. And now we can do that, which is something I kind of wanted before. I do feel some guilt because I know that there are programs that she was excited about. You know, as a homeschooling family, we've always done soccer, we've always done swimming, we've always done external programs affiliated with homeschooling. They've always been involved in a ton of things outside of what a lot of kids may not even have done. But at the same token, now that she was at public school, I think she had that desire to want to try some of the programs that they had there. She was excited for dance, she was excited for soccer, and unfortunately soccer was about to start right when the pandemic hit. And then for this semester, like when the pandemic hit, we were thinking, who knows, I mean, we knew it was serious and we saw that it was getting more serious, but we didn't know what fall, like, you know, would look like. And here we are approaching the school year, because school for us starts September, early September. I know if you're American, a lot of you guys have already started school back in August, and I keep seeing all these back to school pictures and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh wow, like it's just so different for us because we don't start until September. But we had no idea what fall was going to look like, or the school year was going to look like. And they are offering for kids to go to school, but I'm so happy that they're also offering for kids to have the opportunity to learn from within the comfort of their own home. It's just really hard to take the risk. It's just strange times for everyone. We're a big family, you know. I've seen people talk of kids going back to schools, and then things have happened, there's another outbreak or things like that. And come fall is when they said that these times are probably going to get a little harder, because when fall comes, even though where we're living in Ontario, Canada, our numbers are doing really, really well. However, it's expected to kind of go up a little bit come fall, because that's when, you know, that season is kind of connected, I guess. From what I've seen, social distancing just seems darn near impossible inside school. Like, how are teachers supposed to, you know, how are they supposed to keep these kids like quarantined and confined in an area where they're just gonna not ever cross-contaminate in any way, shape, or form if anyone is ill? I guess they would be wearing masks, and to wear masks all day in non-ventilated areas. Some of these classrooms don't even have proper windows. Some of the, you know what I mean? Just things like that. Like, with all those things thought through, we made the decision to keep to homeschool them. And like I said, it's homeschool, but it's not like our formal homeschool. This is online homeschooling, so it will be also different. We have done our online homeschooling twice, So we're familiar with that format as well. We've just never done it through the school system, which is just another way of doing it, and we're looking forward to it. I know, like I said, there's disappointments here and there, but we have to take the good with the bad and just kind of move forward. So that is our plan. Our Charlotte, who is the one approaching grade 7, this wasn't going to impact her in that way, because we were never going to send her to secondary high school to begin with. So it doesn't impact her in that way. And obviously Zoe hasn't even began school yet. She's 2 turning 3. And so it's just, yeah, it's just the times that we are met with. It's just the times that we're met with. So when it comes to this year, in terms of back to school shopping, I don't have to do a whole ton. I don't really have to do much, because we bought so many supplies last year that we already have a lot of things. It's really about just changing out binders, because all the things that they're going to need is going to be provided by the school this year. So that is very cool for one. And yeah, we also want to help cut down on pollution and stuff, and we have perfectly fine binders as opposed to just running out and buying new back to school supplies because it's a trend. So little things that we might need to pick up, pencils and pens or little things like that, planners, yeah, stuff like that, but not a ton. So be on the lookout for that. I know that is our plan for the school year. That's pretty much it. So that's it, guys, for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed catching up on what's going on. If you guys have any further questions or any other video requests, sit down video requests, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section. I'll definitely respond to you guys. And I'd definitely like to know, for those of you guys who have kids, what are your plans for the school year? Do you have the option that we do to send your kids back to school, or to keep them at home via of virtual learning or online learning? Isn't that the same thing? I think it's the same thing. Yeah, and if so, which one are you choosing? I know, like, some parents don't have the option that, you know, that we do. Like, parents have to work, and parents have to bring in, you know, money, and for whatever the reason is. And some kids are special needs and they need extra care and stuff like that, right? So I don't know. I'm just curious to know where you guys are at. So definitely leave your comments down below. And until next time, guys, so don't forget to like today's video. Until next time, guys, much love.